Hello everyone, welcome to Career Launcher. My name is Naveen, and today we'll be looking at part 8 of the series CAT 2025 Target 99 plus percentile. So, in each of these sessions, we complete one set. We learn how to go ahead with the set, how to read the questions carefully, how to decode the statements, how to manipulate the language. So, let's look at today's set. PQRST, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So U is missing. Are 10 colleagues working together in a company. Out of the given people, PQR are the developers, ST, V, and W are the testers, X, Y, and Z are the designers. There is an assignment for which teams need to be formed out of the given people by the HR department subject to the following conditions. A team must include exactly one among P, S, and X. A team must include either Q or V, but not both. If a team includes S, then it must also include W and vice versa. A team includes one among R, V, and Z, then it must also include the other two. R and T cannot be the members of the same team. R and W cannot be the members of the same team. The size of a team is defined as the number of members in the team, and all teams must have at least one developer, tester, and designer. So basically, this is a set which is called conditional team formation set. So wherein we need to form teams, and there are certain statements given about how the teams can be formed and how it cannot be. So there may be two or three people who are going to be related, depending upon how the team is going to be formed. So if one person is included, the other may or may not come together. Two people may be always together, two people may not be always together. So we get statements like these. So in order to solve sets like these, we do not draw anything right away. What we do is we just go through these STEM ones, and then we straight away jump to the questions, and we solve questions one by one as if it is a set in itself. So going through all the additional statements and trying to figure out what is happening and how we can form the teams, it's going to be useless because every question is going to be conditional. For example, the first one, which of the following can be a four-member team by the HR department? So we can have lots of possibilities. Out of the given options, we need to find which one can be there. Who cannot be a member of a team of size 3? Which of the following cannot be a five-member team? What could be the possible size? What would be the size of the largest possible team? How many testers can be a part of a team at a time? So you can see that we use the word can here because it reflects possibility. There is only one question which talks about would because it is asking us the maximum possible size of the team, which is going to be a definite one. So let's start with the first. Which of the following can be a four-member team formed by the HR department? So we are told that R and W cannot be the members of the same team. So we will just go ahead and check if R and W are together. They are not. R and T cannot be the members of the same team. We can see that R and T are not. If a team includes one among R, V, and Z, then it must also include the other two. So we see R, V, and Z. We see R, V, and Z. So if R, V, Z, I mean, they will always come together if one of them is selected. If a team includes S, then it must also include W and vice versa. So S and W should be seen together. So we do see S and W in the second one. A team must include either Q or V, but not both. So we see a V, so there is no Q, we see a Q, there is no V, there is a V, we do not see a Q, we see a Q, there is no V. So this is also very much possible. A team must include exactly one among P, S, and X. So we do see a P, we do see an X, S, X, and P. So we can see that all these six given conditions, they all are true, right? And we are also told that there should be one developer, tester, and designer. So developer is from S, T, V, and W. So we do see a V, we do see a S and W, V, T. So we do have a tester in each of the four groups. X, Y, and Z are the designers. So Z is there as a designer, Y is there as a designer, Z is there as a designer, Y is there as a designer. And PQR are the developers. So we have a P and a R, we have got Q, we have got R, and we have got P and Q. So we can see that every team has got at least one developer, one tester, and one designer. Since all the combinations, all the team formation given, they all are possible. So the answer is going to be option D. All the four teams are possible. Next, who cannot be a member of a team of size 3? So we need three people. Okay. Now, if you read the statements carefully, it says that a team must include Q or V, but not both. So one of them is going to be Q or V. Whether it is Q or V, so if Q is going to be there, that person is going to be a developer. If it is going to be V, it's going to be a tester. First point, a team must include exactly one among P, S, and X. So the other category is P, S, or X. If P is there, then that's a developer. If S is there, that's a tester, and X is going to be designer. Now, if a team includes S, then it must also include W and vice versa. So S and W, they both are testers. So we cannot have S here, right? Because if S is brought in, so one tester is there, then W is another tester. So out of three people, we will have two testers, and there are only three positions vacant overall. So if there are two testers, the third position will be taken by either developer or designer, and then there will be one of the categories that won't be accepted. So S cannot come here. So that means W cannot come here, which also means if W cannot come here, so S cannot come here. So we can see that D option, that is W, is not a possible uh, person who can be added to the group of three members. Next, which of the following cannot be a five-member team formed by the HR department? Again, we'll go by the options and go through the statements one by one. A team must include exactly one among P, S, and X. P, S, P, X. All good. A team must include either Q or V, but not both. We see a V, we see a Q, we see a V, we see a V. All good. If a team includes S, then it must also include W and vice versa. We have S and W. All good. If a team includes one among R, V, and Z, then it must also include the other two. So we have got RVZ, we have got RVZ, and we have got RVZ. All good. R and T cannot be members of the same team. We have an R, we do not see a T. We see a T, there is no R. We see an R as well as a T. So C. Next, what could be the possible size of a team that includes W? So we will start with the scenario where W is acceptable. So the first one is the third one. So if we are going to have a W, then S will also come along. They both are testers. Okay, we need developers and we need designers as well. Next, R and W cannot be the members of the same team. So that would mean that we cannot have R and W and S, they are taken. Now, since R is not allowed, so V and Z will also not come in. So V and Z, they are also gone. R and T cannot be the members of the same team. So that means if R is not brought in, we can bring in T, and T is nothing but a tester. So that's the third tester that we are going to have. Now, a team must include either Q or V, but not both. So we cannot take. So we are going to take Q. So Q is nothing but he is a developer. Um, Also, a team must include one among P, S, and X. So between P, S, and X, uh, if we bring in P, then X cannot come in. We can have a Y. So basically, if we bring in a P, then Y will come in. And if you don't bring in a P, okay, the thing is S is already there, so we cannot bring in P or X because we can only have one of them. So this is a scenario where we cannot have a designer. Okay, designer X cannot come because S is already there. P cannot come, so we are going to have Y. So we can have a team with five. Okay. Is it a possibility that we are going to have four because five is the maximum we see? So these two are definitely not there. Can we have a team with four members? Okay. Let's look at another scenario. Let's bring in W. Let's not bring in S as well as T. Uh, let's not bring in R. Okay, what if we bring in R? If we bring in R, we can have R, V, and Z. If we bring in R, V, and Z, then P, S, X, we need one more person. So no, we cannot bring in R, V, and Z. Hmm. So R is gone, V is gone, Z is gone. Okay, between P, S, and X, since W is already a tester, let's bring in a developer who is P. Now, if we bring in P, there is no other statement that talks about P. So we can bring in a designer. Designer is between X, Y, and Z. We can't bring in X. We can bring in, let's say, Y, because Y is nowhere mentioned. It is independent. Uh, we are not bringing R, so it is fine. If a team includes S, then it must also include W. So W and S, they both are mandatory. So they both are mandatory to be together. So basically, if W and S, they both are mandatory to be together, two people are already done. If we bring in one developer and one designer, we can have a team of only four people. So option B. Next, what would be the size of the largest possible team? Now, between P, S, and X, we can only have one, right? So done with P, S, and X. Uh, there is no other statement. Okay, it says third one. If S includes, then W will come together. W will also come in. So if we have included S, so we'll bring in W. So W comes in. Now W comes in, so R cannot come in. We are done with W. R cannot come in. So basically, P is a developer, S is a tester, X is a designer, W is a tester. Four people so far. Now, R and T cannot be the members of the same team. And if you bring in R, V and Z must also come in. So, of course, V and Z cannot come in. We can bring in T now. And T is another tester. So, we have got three testers so far, which is S, W, and T. So, done with T. R, V, and Z, they cannot come together. So, these are done. Now, a team must include either Q or V, but not both. So we are going to have Q because we are not bringing in V. So if Q comes in, Q is a developer. R and W cannot be together. R and T cannot be the message. R is not included. If S is there, the W has to be there. Q or V may say 1. I cannot bring in V because R and Z will come along. A team must include one among P, S, and X. Okay. Uh, can we bring in Y because Y is nowhere to be seen? Yes, we can bring in Y, who is the designer. Hmm, we're done with Y. Q, we are already taken care of. So we have a total of 3 plus 4, 7. The largest possibility we can have is 7. There is one option which says 8, which is going to be tricky because it plays with our mind that maybe there is a team formation wherein 8 can come in, or 8 people can be accommodated. Okay. How about if we try for R, V, and Z? So if R comes in, V and Z comes in, but T and W won't come in. So it won't change. So we will still have 3 people and we will have to eliminate 2 if R is included. So nothing more than 7 will churn out. Okay, next one. How many testers can be a part of a team at the same time? Oh, we have already seen in the previous questions we can have 3 testers. So C is not the answer. We have seen that uh, 4 members teammate we can have 2 testers also, and before that for 3 people we can have 1 tester also. So 1 tester, 2 testers, and 3 testers, they all are possible so far. So the only option that makes sense is D1. So question number 6 is doable and is pretty quick to solve. We can pretty quickly solve it if we have solved the previous questions. It's just a accumulation of whatever we have solved so far. So you can see that all team formation based sets, they are not easy. They are time consuming. Every question is a new one. They are generally independent of each other. Reading this statement will not help you figure out anything, so you have to straight away jump to the questions and start solving. Well, thank you. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, like this video, and share it with your friends. I'll see you again very soon with another set. Until then, take care. Bye bye.